Hey guys, this is Mike from Shop Foreman Garage, working with World Car Auto Group, and today we're looking at this Kia Niro EV. That stands for electronical vehicle. The customer states that the vehicle won't take a charge. Got a bad alternator? I'm gonna get electrocuted. That's fine. Where's my voltmeter? Oh no. What is that? Hey, wait. Hey guys, I'm in here. Hey, turn it off. Turn it off. Hey, I'm in here, guys. Turn it off. Okay guys, so what the customer is actually complaining about is that whenever they plug their vehicle in to charge, it won't take a charge. So we found out that it won't take a charge from a level 1 or level 2 charger, but it will take a charge from a level 3 charger. So this is what would happen whenever you plug the vehicle in.
Charging unsuccessful.
So you gotta be careful when you're messing with one of these things, guys, because they'll kill you, for real. This is 150 kilowatt. That's 150,000 watts of power. And it's actually about 358 volts DC. And it has enough push that it can kill you if you don't know what you're doing. You just don't want to be messing around with one of these unless you know what you're doing. And you have to disable the system anytime that you work on it. Otherwise, yeah, it could be fatal. It really could. So be really careful working on something like this. So how many levels of chargers are there? What are these chargers? 1, 2, 3, well, what does it do? And how does it help in charging this vehicle? Why use 3 rather than 1? Or why not just go with 2? It's the middle one. You know, maybe it works better. Well, there's 3 levels of chargers, and we'll start with level 3. Level 3 is the kind of charger that you would find at maybe a gas station or Buc-ee's or something like that. And you see those electronical vehicles sitting on the side of the road, and they're charging up, right? So it's what they call a fast charger. And it's about 480 volts that goes directly into the charging port, and into the batteries. And it charges, so 480 volts of DC, it's direct current. A level 2 charger is something that you may hook up to your garage or have it installed by electrician, and it runs off of 220 volts and AC, and then that has to then be converted to DC to actually charge the batteries, because this car is direct current, of course. So the direct current DC batteries. And then the level 1 charger is the one where, mom's calling from the kitchen, hey, who unplugged the can opener? Well, I'm sorry, Mom. I was charging my car. I had to plug my car in, right? So it's 110 volt, and it plugs directly into, the wall socket. Of course, it's going to take a lot longer to charge with this thing than the level 2 charger, which is 220 volts. And then, of course, that it's going to take longer than the level 3 charger, which is direct current, 480 volts. So the problem is this vehicle, it does charge. The customer says it won't charge, but it will charge on a level 3 charger. It won't charge on a level 2 or a level 1. And that is because the voltage coming from a level 3 charger is DC voltage. It plugs right into the port and it goes right into the batteries, no problem. The vehicle doesn't have to do anything with it, it just charges batteries. But a level 2 and a level 1 charger, both are alternating current. So it needs the converter in the vehicle to change that alternating current to direct current, and then it can charge the batteries. And that is the problem that we're having with this vehicle. I'll get you in here and I'll let you see what we're talking about. Okay, let's get in here. Side. Okay, this thing right here is the integrated charge control unit. This connects through this line right here, right into the port. You can see the port. You see this one right here is direct. Anything AC comes through this port right here, and it's got to be transferred from AC electrical to DC in order to charge the batteries. And this thing, it's not working. It's not working at all. So it needs to be replaced. And this is the charge port right here. And this top portion is your slower chargers, your level 1, level 2 chargers, and the bottom portion along with the top is your level 3 charger. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have to disable the electrical system, of course, so we don't want to get electrocuted or nothing. And I will show you, the precautions that we take, and I'll show you how we disable the system to make it safe, and how we keep everybody around us safe, so nobody just walks in, trips over something, and gets electrocuted. So we will go ahead and start doing that right now. Okay, so we're here in the Kia tool room looking for tools for safety. Tools for working on electronical vehicles, hybrid vehicles. So one of the things that we have for keeping other people safe is we got these hats. These will go on the top of the vehicle to let people know that, we got high voltage. So that's one of the things. We got these cones that we will be placing around the vehicle, letting them know to stay out. We also have these things we can set around the vehicle. It's got, like when you go to the movies, tickets, you know, we got a bunch of these we could set around the vehicle. We also have, let me see here. We have caution tape. And slide this stuff around the vehicle to wrap it around, you know, let people know, stay out. And probably, well, let's see. We have this hook. I don't know if you can see this. This big hook right here. This is a fiberglass hook. It is, honestly, I don't know the rating, 45 kilovolts, something like that. If you need to use this hook, chances are it may be too late. This is for pulling somebody off of a live vehicle where they're getting electrocuted. And unless you have a spotter, which most guys don't, people don't know that you're getting electrocuted. And by the time they find out, they grab this hook and they hook you and pull you off. It may be too late. It doesn't take a lot of electricity to stop your heart, guys. But this is a safety thing, and this has to be inspected, I believe, like once a year to make sure that it falls within the OSHA guidelines. And the most important tool is your gloves, insulated gloves. We have two different sizes here. We got large and extra large. And then, of course, there is the leather gloves. You got to have the glove to protect the glove. And we will be using these most definitely. So let me get all of this set up, and I will show you how it's going to be set up. And we will disable the electrical system and show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so you can see that we've marked off the area that we're going to be working on the vehicle, and we got the hat on there. And we are going to be doing one more thing just to make sure that we are safe before we start taking this thing apart. And I'll show you that right now. Okay, let's get this on here. Something like that. Run this over here. Okay, that should help just to make sure people know. Okay, so we're going to be using these extra large gloves today, and all safety equipment like this needs to be inspected before you use it every single time. So I'm going to show you how we can inspect this. So let's pull the gloves out. These gloves, you need to inspect them every single time. Look for any kind of puncture marks or any markings at all. Graphite marks, yeah, pencil lead. Pencil lead graphite is conductive. So if you get that on it, they're no good. You might as well just throw them away. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna roll this up and make sure that it holds air, which it is. So this one right here is good. Let's check the next one. Inspect it really good. I don't see anything on it. And I will check that. See if it holds air, make sure there's no puncture marks, and it is doing good. So this one right here was tested November 22nd, 2023. These gloves, they need to be inspected every 6 months. They need to be sent in, inspected, checked to make sure they will pass. If you get them in a package and they're not open, then you can inspect them in a year if they're never open. But once they're open, 6 months. So these are good. These are the gloves we're going to be using. And now we're going to be disabling the system. And the way that we're going to do that is we need to disconnect the auxiliary battery. And right inside here on this particular vehicle, this right here is the connector for disabling the high voltage system. Once we disable the high voltage system, we will be testing to make sure that everything is safe. So let's get started on that right now. Get this out of here. Get the auxiliary battery disconnected first. The auxiliary battery is used for regular systems, your instrument cluster, the headlamps, windshield wipers, AC blower motor, regular stuff like that. The vehicle does not have an alternator. It actually uses a DC to DC converter to convert high voltage DC from the hybrid electronical battery to low DC to charge this battery. So now we're just going to pull this thing up, and that's it. It does not come off. It just comes up, disables the system. Now we got to wait 10 minutes. So we're waiting 10 minutes before we do anything with it. Let the thing idle down to get modules to and capacitors and stuff to, you know, dissipate whatever, you know, electronical voltage they got inside them, and modules to go to sleep or whatever. But we're gonna wait on that. There's also another thing that I didn't show you. Here's a toolbox. These are insulated tools for working on hybrid systems. We got, you know, screwdrivers and, you know, different types of screwdrivers, extensions. Got a breaker bar. Got some sockets and wrenches. And this is just one of the small systems we got, our small toolboxes. We have a bigger toolbox that has a lot more tools in it. We're not going to be using these today because we're not going to be working on a live vehicle. Although I don't ever recommend working on a live vehicle anyway. We're going to make sure that this thing is completely disabled before we get in here and start messing around, poking around and stuff. So we'll give it a little bit of time, and while we wait, I do need to drain the cooling system. So I'm gonna get it up in the air and take off the undercover panels and start draining the cooling system, because once the time has gone by, we're gonna have to disconnect the cable down there. That's where the gloves are gonna come into play, because you don't wanna be touching that cable unless you got gloves on. And we're gonna check it with a voltmeter and make sure that it is completely safe. And I will show you the voltmeter. I'll show you how we're gonna have that set up. Let's get this thing up and drain the coolant. so this is the connector that we are going to be taking off, and we're going to be checking for voltages to make sure the system is safe. But before we do that, let's talk about this meter. So you need to make sure that your meter is Cat 3 rated, and you can see this is Cat 3 rated, 600 volts. It's the same with these leads. These leads have to be rated to Cat 3 also, otherwise you could blow them up. You could blow up your meter. So these are special leads because high voltage can jump from terminal to terminal. These have a special sleeve that moves up on them, so only the tip is shown. And when that tip is shown, this shows that it is Cat 3. I don't know if you can see that, but it is rated up to 600 volts. So we will be hooking this up, and it is DC voltage. So we're going to the DC range here. This is automatically adjusted gauge. So we'll see what happens. It's been well over 10 minutes. So I will get the gloves on and we'll take that off and we will check to see if we got any voltage there. We're looking for less than 30 volts. So less than 30 volts, we're good. If it's got more than 30 volts, then there's a problem somewhere. So we'll get up there and check that out right now. Okay, I zip tied my meter right here, so hopefully you can see it. Hopefully this works. So I'm gonna get this thing loose right here. So if I can turn this around, that's what we're looking at. So, turn this meter on. And unfortunately, I don't think I can show y'all. I'll try what I'm testing. I'm testing across these two leads. There, I'm getting, I don't know if y'all can see that, I'm getting nothing. I'm getting less than a volt. Of course, this is on the vehicle side and not the battery side. So, yeah, I don't know if y'all can see where I'm testing, just across there. And then, at the same time, we need to test this here, right here. And I'm not getting anything there either. Should be less than 30 volts. I'm not getting anything. And then I want to test it to ground on each side. Make sure I'm not getting voltage to ground each side of these. And hopefully you can see that. It's pretty much 0 volts. So we're clear. That's the battery. This is the whole battery case, battery pack, everything is in there. And of course this connector right here goes right up in there. It goes to everything else. So that's the way that is. And just sorry about that, trying to get these gloves off. So these this is how you run this thing. I'm sure you figured out by now. These gloves, they protect these gloves, and these gloves are the most important to protect you from the electrocution. So now let's go ahead and we can drain the coolant system. And yeah, it does have a cooling system, and coolant does run through that converter. So we're gonna have to drain the cooling system and then start disconnecting it. This has been deemed safe. So let's get started on that right now. Okay, so I got the charging unit out. You can see what's underneath it. Boy, I gotta tell you guys, this unit, it retains a lot of coolant. So we got a big mess here. Things still dripping coolant everywhere. So there's coolant all down there. That's all have to be cleaned up. But anyway, here's the old unit right here. And it's just a big box. Big box is leaking coolant now. And here's the new unit. Here, so this, I'll get this out and we'll get that in right now. Okay, so I got the coolant and everything cleaned up in here, so we can start putting another one in. I just want to say, you want to be careful about getting coolant in these connectors and stuff, guys, because coolant is conductive and it can cause issues. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and clean before you start. So speaking of starting, let's get her back in. get coolant in this thing since we drained all the coolant out. Get coolant in here, make sure that it ain't raining out on the floor or anything. And I have the KDS system hooked up right here, and this is Kia's diagnostic system, and it's hooked up to the vehicle. And the cool thing about this is I can go into software management. I can find the system has a electric pump, has an electric coolant pump, and I'll turn that pump on and it'll start flowing coolant through the system. That way I can get any air that may possibly be in there, get it out. So we don't have any kind of air pockets or anything. And I will do that now, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we got everything buttoned up, and now what's left to do is take the thing and stick it on a level 2 charger and see if it holds a charge. So let's drive on out to the level 2 charger. Okay, let's get this thing plugged in here. So it does have a charge on it. It's got like about 45% charge. Plug it in and we'll see what happens.
Charging started.
After about a minute of hooking this up, what would happen before is it would say that it could not charge after a minute. So it seems to be doing fine. I'll leave it out here and let it charge, and we'll get it back out here and see what happens. Okay guys, so this has been out here for a couple hours, and I do believe it's fully charged. But unplug it, plug it back in. Yes, shows it's fully charged, so it has taken a charge. And we can check this in here. Go ahead and start it up. There it is, 100% charge. All right, so that's one more down. Everything's fixed, working properly. Nobody died. That's a good thing. So for World Car Auto Group and Shop Foreman Garage, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Tickets, tickets. Tickets, tickets, guys, tickets. Tickets. Hang on to the car. They're gonna go for the ride of your life.